Well, glory be. This is a fantastic episode of Memphis Wrestling. It's last week's. It's last Sunday because they'll do another one tomorrow. But you know I always get to it late, don't I? And even though Salty Terrence is not at the desk, capital T, capital D, it will be Maria and Dustin Star, the stars. It's got a really frenetic and excitable feel, and the crowd are excitable. Now, early on, we get to see we get to see everybody that's coming in to the show. Marco Harris versus Tim Bosby, who's holding onto his Cobra Cup with a vice-like grip, because if he doesn't win later, he will lose that Cobra Cup. He's been kind of forced into it because it's a one win, one draw, one win situation, and someone's going to be the winner. It's the rubber match. It's not really a rubber match. That's usually 3, isn't it? It's a 4 rubber. That sounds really horrible, so I better not continue talking like that. Anyway, King Cobra wants to make this match a best 2 out of 3 falls. That's really good. And not only that, he says, and we're doing it right now. So you've got bookended, not title matches, but yeah, in a way. So you've got Bosby versus Marco Harris, EPW champion, of course, up first. And then later on, you will have Zay Washington, who took the champion, the heritage champion, the gun show, Brett, every rose has its thorn, Michaels, to the limit. Take him to the limit one more time. That's what he intends to do. And also to win. Obviously, that's what he wants to do. He said, shifting in his seat. Now, the Bosby versus Marco Harris match, it's just great. So, first of all, you've got Bosby, I've got my notes here, running him into a corner immediately. He's at it. But Marco Harris is back with a sweet drop kick. There's a Bosplex, 2 of those, a ripcord clothesline, and a pin very quickly for Bosby. And he's 1-0 up. But then you've got the Bosby uppercut. He's trying to take it home, folks. However, a kick from Marco Harris sends Bosby into the aisle. It's a street fight, this. I didn't know that. And chief referee, later on, Maria will ask, why is he chief referee? It's David Knight, isn't it? And Dustin can't really answer. Well, he's done a lot of matches in Memphis. You almost hear Maria, Tia Maria, snort with derision. It's really good. Really funny, actually. Now, let me turn around here. So my notes there, here they are. I'm a double phone. I'm a three-phone person. Anyway, back in this ring, we've got Marco trying desperately to get that fall to become 1-1. The fall to become 1-1. So David Knight follows them out to the aisle because, of course, if you remember rightly, he's now out in the aisle, Tim Bosby, and he jumps up because you've got with all the audience, you've got the audience, the crowd on the seats as usual, and then you've got the back boxers. So Salty Terrence is announcing from behind one box. Marco gets onto the edge of that box, jumps off, and I don't think he hits him that well, actually. Does he land on him? I don't think he does, but later on he'll come over the top, land on Bosby, and land on his feet. It's incredible what he does. He then gets onto the top rope or top turnbuckle, and lots of headbutts to Bosby. Then there's a spring. There's a kind of cutter from the top. They're both on the top or the second rope, and he gives him is it a bulldog? It's like a bulldog from the top, and then he hits his trademark springboard cutter to get the 1-1 fall. Crowd are really hyped up for this. They trade shots, and then we've got a vignette. They cut away to Slaughterhouse, which is coming, and it's Ash Roberts. You know, the Ash Hole Roberts. Of course, Bulletproof Bruce and Morrow have broken away from him with Sister Asa, and he's in a kind of found footage situation with a destroyed house or a destroyed chapel. I don't know. Apparently he was cast out by the rest of them, so Slaughterhouse will ensue. Now, it's quite well done, actually. Back in the ring, we've got a crossface. He tries for it quite a lot, for quite a long time, Marco Harris. Finally gets it. It's sold well by Tim Bosby, though. He rolls through it when Tim tries to get out, which is nice. Bosby then gets the ankle lock, and there's loads of ankle lock shenanigans at the end of this match. So Marco gets to the ropes, then pulls back on the arm and stomps on the neck the small of the back not small of the back, between the shoulder blades to push the head into the mat. At that point, we get a Marco sucks chant, because I thought the Memphis crowd were into him and not as into Bosby, who seemed to be a tweener at this time and maybe turning into a heel in previous weeks. Anyway, he tries that again. Bosby, though, applies the ankle lock. Marco kicks to try and get out. Bosby bends it over really nastily. So he bends it over towards his ass area. Really bad. Or nasty, you know. Then you've got Marco rolling through to get Tim Bosby's shoulders on the mat for a quick cover. But Bosby's back to the ankle. Marco tries to get to the rope. Bosby pulls him back to the middle of the ring. And there's your tap from Marco. And Cobra wants them to shake. Marco picks up the Cobra Cup. And I think he's going to brain him with it. But he gives it to him, presents it to him. And they shake. But they don't seem happy. That was good to start, wasn't it? And here's DK out, Derek King, to say that he's working on something for Memphis. We see a vignette or a promo tape thing. And they talk about Jeff Jarrett and Bill Dundee. And DK and Dustin Starr being junior heavyweights. There's a new belt, folks. I mean, they showcased this last week, didn't they, with the Fatal 4-Way? And Ray's in it, so he'll probably be the first champion, but I think it's great. It's lovely, silver, red and blue belt, very nice, because they're the colours. And we'll also have Jazz and Scorpio Sky coming soon. I'd forgotten all about Scorpio Sky. Marvellous. Okay, so here's your tag team. Championship match. Didn't expect this. The Big Mains, they're the champions. Big John Dalton, K Tuma versus the Twins of Salem. Now, early on, they try and lift Big John Dalton. Try to lift him, Gordon, even shift him. He double suplexes them. There you go. You've got Booker jumping on. John Dalton throws K Tuma into, I think it's Abel. And then he wanders out, or kind of just, well, not wanders out, but he sort of staggers out of the corner and gets hit with a power slam from John Dalton. Then Booker jumps on K Tuma's back, but falls to an enziguri. He's got such athletic ability. Jackson hits a missile drop kick, but then when he tries to run in, he's picked up, hit with the big bang, and here's a Hollywood cleek out with chairs. Barnabas is out to try and help the Twins of Salem because he's their manager, isn't he? Can't get in because you've got security and both all the way, right? And Jay Smooth and Jimmy Blaylock's in there. And as he says, nobody's safe. That's really nice. He then tells us he wants the tag team belts. And if someone has to die, I think that's overstating it a bit, isn't it, Jimmy? Someone has to die? What do you mean? Anyway, you're through to your main event now. It's been tasty so far. And I love the way that Zay works so well. It's good stuff, you know. This is your street fight. It wasn't earlier. That was just Chief Official David Knight giving Bosby and Marco Harris lots of largesse. So, there are some Zay Washington shots, a big chop. Sort of, it's not really a super kick but it's a kind of kick. It's a kick from the gun show. And Zay bails. They fight outside. Just in case, distracts the gun show, who should know better because he is the champion. And this is on the outside. And Zay gets a shot from behind. He then chokes the gun show with a chain. Perfectly legal. This is a street fight. Sets up a chair between the buckles and is launched into it immediately. I mean, he really throws him into it. There's the gun show lariat, but he tries to get him up for another lariat, but he then falls to a pop-up powerbomb, which is really nice, actually, from Zay. For a long 2 count, he gets the belt, Justin holds him, but then he has it kicked into his own face, does Zay. Justin is smacked and is lying on the apron. I like the way that Zay avoids the lariat with a roll-up because he's got it scouted. But then he can do that thing all night. And there's another one for the pin. He remains the Heritage Champion. I thought he would, but Zay took him there. Didn't take him probably to the edge as much as he did before, but I liked it. And you know what? I like the whole lot of it. I love Memphis Wrestling. And this was a stupendous edition because the crowd were really up for it. And you know what? With quality like this, why wouldn't you be? Ta-ta.